Hello, hello, hello. So, I did a video that came up yesterday, and it was about, something I've already covered and been waiting on to come out, which was the documentary about Nickelodeon. And I did not figure Dan Schneider would come out of his hidey hole to come and talk about anything, but he did. So, I'd like to let you know what he was talking about today. If you don't have one, get one, because this is absolutely stupid. Now, I've touched base on a little bit of the fact that Dan Schneider seems like he's kind of the hero in the situation to a small degree. Now, if you don't know the interview I'm talking about, it's this one right here, which, see, it's going to be the Dan Schneider talks about Quiet on the Set. And also, unfortunately, Drake and Josh both defend him slightly. The problem with it is everybody knows he's got a foot fetish. He's pretty much a pervert. The only thing I can see that might be kind of Dan himself is probably still the problem, but I think it's more of an adult issue. Is some of the cum shots. Now, obviously, they clearly look like that, but I don't think that was genuinely the problem. Now, maybe that was what he was trying to do. I don't know, but I think it was at least to them they didn't look like that. Teenage boys, adults, going to look at it like that. But that's not the point of what I'm talking about. The overall video, and the reason why I'm going to try not to show too much of it, is because I don't want them over here, boo-hooing and striking my video. But the problem with it is it seems fake, super, like, almost AI generated at this point, because he is too clear in what he's covering. He has no fumble. Now, while he addresses a lot of the stuff that happened on the set, he addresses the fact that he was a piece of shit, basically a pervert. He admits about the, home massages. He doesn't touch base on any of the accusations that he had that couldn't have been proven. That's pretty much the problem, is he's having to prove that, he did do it. And that's the thing. It's already been pretty much spoken about, so he can't prove otherwise. And to go on about a lot of the other accusations, which is with Brian Peck. Now, Brian Peck was somebody he says he didn't hire. Maybe he didn't. He probably actually has an out on that one, which kind of sucks, because the fact that he should have actually obviously known something was going on, because a lot of these kids were treated like shit. Now, they touch base on racial diversity, because he apparently got an award of racial diversity and all that, and it should be well known and well documented that he is one of the few people that started, trying to be diverse inside of Nickelodeon or shows or movies or anything of that sort early on. Now, I'm not here to argue that, whether or not he did or didn't. He probably did, I guess. Obviously, there was some support behind it. But I feel like it's more of a MacGuffin, just something to kind of show everybody that he's running for, to kind of clear his name. That's just what it seems like to me. But to top it off, all this stuff happened right under him. Like, he did not know any of it was going on. And it seems like the guy, I think Boogie, which is weird, Boogie seems stiff, fake, like he's reading from a cue card. All the questions feel loaded. Now, if you've ever worked in a place of employment where they'll give you, how's your work job? But they'll do it in a loaded way. So essentially, you'll see it where it pops up. They'll ask A, B, C, and D, right? But you don't do A, B, C, and D. The questions are going to lead up to the four of them, and you get to pick A, B, C, or D. You cannot pick A all the way down, B all the way down, C all the way down. And it's essentially going to state what is your happiest and least favorite. And so it'd be the most favorite and least favorite, happiest, least happy, and you have to pick a different answer. That's what this feels like. It feels like it's a loaded question, and he's already ready to spitfire these answers with extreme dedication and precision. And the bad thing is, in all of this, you don't know what part of it's true, what he's actually owning up to, as far as being genuine. They even touch base on the Drake Bell situation with Brian, or about Brian. He said the weird thing is he doesn't understand how somebody can, do what they did, get caught, get convicted, actually go to prison for the 17 months he was there, 16, whatever, get out and go straight to Disney. Now, if that doesn't tell you anything, that right there is absolutely disgusting. It perpetuates what I said already, is that Hollywood is a problem, that they literally don't care. Now, a lot of them are saying that they've updated their background check, stuff like that, but I think it's kind of weird it happened in the first place. But I mean, it's no different than any other situation where you work with kids. He was registered. He got in trouble for it. He got caught. He got, put behind the bars. Not long enough, but still, he served time, got out, and went straight to Disney Channel, which is just basically Nickelodeon again, just with a higher budget. But this is the type of stuff you have to run into that you see, and people like him, perverts, you cannot tell me that he did not know anything was going on. Then they touch on the Amanda Bynes thing, which was kind of creepy. He got involved with the child actor or actress, whatever you want to say, for whatever his reasons were, which was to emancipate somebody, which apparently was regular back then, pretty regular to the point that a lot of people try to do that because they were making money. A lot of the questions are just completely garbage. It seems like he's pressing an issue, but really, it's just definitely loaded where he'll sit there and say one thing and then kind of stray off to kind of go, well, we're going to touch on this. And it's supposed to be super, super controversial. And then turn around, he ends up just answering it as fluid as you could and looking like a hero at this point. And that's another thing. He constantly talks about how he was there for the kids. Not in this particular video, but essentially how he's there for kids, being funny, stuff like that. How it's supposed to be SNL for them. He blamed a lot of writers and other people. He said kids shouldn't be, feeling uncomfortable in these situations. Now, I might have to say I'm going to end up with my foot in my mouth if all this ends up being proven to be true. That's going to be kind of wild. And honestly, with the way he's describing things, I hope what he is saying would be true. That's what my hope would be. But just like with most things in 2024, that's pretty much just been put out back and taken care of like old Yeller. So I don't think he's telling the truth. I actually am very skeptical. Now, I say this, and I'll say this again, I say this every time. Please, for your own good, do your own research, come up with your own idea, your own opinion on this. You don't have to follow mine for word or take my word, just take it with a grain of salt. I could be wrong. This could be completely genuine. He could be, extreme circumstances at this point. That it could be him being actually a decent person to a degree and just an asshole. He could have been decent with the kids and just a piece of shit to older people. Also, he touched base on the dual wage, where or split wage. And essentially the thing about it was that they do in fact do that, and it's a common practice. Now, I didn't look it up. I'm not going to look it up. But at this point, another thing that you may need to see, which I think is funny. I know I normally try to go look at comments. Turned off. But if you can see here, they may be turned off, but you know what I see. They are ratio 10% like, 90% dislike. Well, close to 90, say about 85%. But yeah, you got 3.6 likes, or 1,000 likes, and then 30,000 dislikes. Dude is getting ate up right now. That's what it looks like when you're in such a serious situation. And you basically put yourself on this pedestal, think you're this, super god that can't be touched, and then come to find out you borderline got close to a Weinstein situation, but everybody around you went to jail while you got to get away with a bunch of kids' feet pics, watching, making videos around their feet and disgusting stuff. Ariana Grande, who's probably one of the ditziest people alive at this point, that makes a lot of music for, kids, did a bunch of vulgar stuff in one of these shows. And it's clear as day that it was pretty vulgar. Anybody should have stopped that one. Even if Dan Schneider had a vision for it to be funny and somebody else took it over and made it worse, I don't know. But that's the thing. It's disgusting. It's horrible. The stuff that happened to him was bad. A lot of the actors and actresses got treated like shit. They were always afraid to speak up. And then all the people in the writing rooms and stuff were definitely treated like shit. And I hate to say it, this is 100% a, daily occurrence in Hollywood, daily occurrence for child actors and stuff like that. If it wasn't for some of the strides that people have tried to make, I can't remember the name of the law, but it was a great law to keep parents from overspending all the money and stuff like that when kids are being the actors and actresses. But we're still not there where we have a good enough glass wall set up so we know what's going on behind these closed doors, because they try to keep things secretive for literally the reason of, they're on secret shows or movies and they don't want anything spoiled. Problem with all that is that, a lot of this shit happens. But I don't want to get into too much detail. I'll have a tag below it's Dan Warp. I'll have a tag below if you want to go look at the interview and try to make a decision for yourself. Because like I said, everything on Dan is speculation, so none of it's, it's pretty much slightly proven, but more along the lines, he's never been charged with anything, and if he's being genuine, this just made everything way more messed up, because Drake Bell, while everything was going on really bad, went to him. So for Drake and Josh both to be defending him, and a lot of the newer stars, I would say about post 2000-ish, 2004-ish, seemed to defend him a lot. I don't know if it's because he was changing at that point, or he started looking at a different way of, doing the job, whatnot. I'm not sure. There's a million things you can speculate. But I know I've done a whole lot of rambling and a whole lot of nothing burger. But if you want, I would, like I said, have a tag below. Also, by the way, just to let you know, I am still trying to build up my Twitter for interactions. It's pretty much what it's going to be. It's just to go back and forth. I can do polls on there. I also started streaming, just if you don't remember, just to kind of remind you, this Saturday around noonish. I don't have a good time for it because I gotta get some sleep. But when I get up, I will be instantly, after I get a shower, get enough, get some stuff cooked, I'm going to fire up my PlayStation. I'll be playing Dragon's Dogma for as long as I can possibly keep my eyes open. It may even turn into a nice little drinking stream later on, but it would be a moderate one. I'm not going to get plastered and have myself passing out everywhere. But I am saying this will be nice to do. Also, I don't have tips set up, so that's not going to be a thing because I don't see the point at the moment anyway. But I would love for everybody to come out, come check it out, see if it's maybe a game you want to play, maybe you don't want to play it. But I'll be playing it anyway, and if you want to come out and check it out before you even looked at buying it, by all means. I'm also not a good player, so you'll be definitely seeing me mess up a lot. And for the people that have been coming out to the few streams I did do, I appreciate it. It was really cool, and a few of you interacted with me. It was really nice. Very unique, experience I've never done before. But yeah, like I said, look out for that for Saturday. Try to hit up on my Twitter. It's in the description below. Go hit that up. I will try to be more interactive with there in the coming months, especially the more the channel's been growing, because at this point I've been getting 1 to 2, damn near 3 subscribers a day, which is, while a moderate amount, very small amount for a channel as small as mine, it's actually very large. So yeah, that's about all I got to say. Y'all have a good one.